All right, Rob, we're days out from Sunday, the headlining Rod Laver UFC Fight 101 event. Let's talk a little bit about where you are mentally right now. I mean, all eyes are on you. We've seen you've been playing soccer down in Bandura. You're here today. Talk to us about your mental preparation, how it's feeling to be the star of the show.
To be honest, it feels exactly the same. I'm here to do some work. I'm here, it's another day in the office. And the media commitments haven't been too much. The lights are on me. People are more interested in me, which is always a bonus. But I'm here to do work. I'm here to get the job done. And I'm in the best form and best shape I've ever been in.
A lot of people are saying you've got the skills, the only thing that sort of is left is the star power. Given that you're okay with all the media, is this something that you're hoping to sort of embrace in the future and potentially do more of and main event more cards?
Definitely. This is not the first or last. I'll be main eventing, headlining a card. I think the star power and the star effect will come inevitably. I think it's just something that'll become part of my journey, and I'm making good progress.
It's a big fight, a lot on the line, two big prospects in the division. But when you look about what you guys gain, whoever wins this fight, what do you think it is? Is it a high spot in the rankings? Do you think there's a way that the person who wins this fight will fight the champion between Romero and Bisping next? What do you think this fight gets you if you do beat Brunson on Sunday?
Probably bragging rights. That's kind of how I take every fight. Is that I don't look at what I can achieve if I beat so and so statistically or numerically. I just look at it as so now I can say I've beaten you. So it's going to be a tough fight. We're both going to leave this fight better, and I really look forward to where this fight pushes me.
You've only had a couple of weeks' notice on the 5 rounds. How does that change the preparation for you?
It doesn't change anything, to be honest. I train my cardio to its highest level anyway. It's not like I say, at 16 minutes, I'm done. It's like I've been working my cardio to its absolute optimum. So, whether it's 15 or 25, I'm good.
A lot of people, when they break down this fight, they look at Brunson's wrestling. Obviously, he's got a lot of experience in it. He's used it very successfully in his previous fights. Talk to us about the preparation wrestling-wise that you've been doing. Did you do anything out of the ordinary for this fight? Did you bring in any new coaches? Did you focus on any specific facets of wrestling for this? Or was it just business as usual for Robert Whittaker going in here?
Maybe I'm great at wrestling and I just choose not to do it. I don't. It's one of those things. I haven't changed anything in my plan. I have a great coaching staff and I cover all my bases, and I'm constantly striving to get better at every angle of my fighting game. So whether I'm fighting a wrestler, a grappler, a striker, I do me, and I try to perfect it.
You're on a 5-fight win streak. Does that help with your confidence coming into this one?
I didn't give it any thought until you just said it, to be honest. I probably couldn't even numbered them, to be honest. It is what it is. I gain confidence every fight because of the fight itself. Things I do right, things I do wrong, things that happen in the fight. I took confidence the last fight because it went the distance. I defended takedown successfully. My striking outshone him, and it was good. It was good. So I go back to the drawing board, taking confidence from every fight, but not accumulatively. I don't say, well, I'm on a streak, I'm going to do it. No, I just get better as a fighter. Talk
to us a little bit about the middleweight division. I mean, it was a crazy night over there at UFC 205 with Yoel Romero devastatingly beat Chris Weidman in a fight that a lot of people thought Weidman was going to win, and now people are saying it's Romero versus Bisping for the title. Do you agree with that matchup as the next title match? And also, who do you think wins that?
Do I agree is moot.
Well, we want to know your thoughts.
It doesn't matter. I think they should. They're top contenders. Go for it. I'll get to them. How I think that fight will go, I think Bisping will give him a hard time. Bisping's a great fighter and he's savvy. People don't give him a lot of credit because he's not flashy. But he's a stud, man. But Yoel's got he's serious powerhouse at the moment, and he's looking like he's in really good form. So how that fight pans out is anyone's guess. I think it's just going to be a really tough fight for both of them.
Luke Rockhold has a pretty significant knee injury. We were talking to him last week, and he's not sure when he'll be back. Could be much, but it could be a lot later. And obviously, this Rashad Evans-Tim Kennedy fight has fallen out. Would you be looking at possibly a quick turnaround to try and sneak in there and get the next title shot before there's any clear contenders?
I fight as soon as I'm able to, as soon as I'm ready to. So how my timetable and how my schedule kind of pans out really is dictated by how this fight goes, one, how my training schedule looks next, two, and that's pretty much it. I take fights whenever I can. I don't say, I'm taking 6 months off and then I'll look for a fight. If I can fight sooner, I fight sooner. If I can't, I can't.
You fought in Melbourne before. You had, a great performance last year against Uriah Hall. What are you expecting from the Melbourne crowd in definitely a much smaller arena, more closed-in fans? What are you expecting from that crowd?
I know the Melbourne crowd. They're going to go crazy. The Australians love to fight, and Melbourne loves to fight. So they're going to go mental. In a tighter arena, it's going to be a lot louder. You're going to be able to feel the sound through the air, and I look for a really good night, man.
When you've got that crowd behind you and you've got the adrenaline running through you, how do you sort of calm yourself down to not come out too pumped up? Because we've seen his last 4 fights have all ended in the first round, so you've got to sort of keep your head in that first round. How do you lower the adrenaline rush of the crowd?
It's kind of tricky, to be honest. Like, when you do hear the crowd roar and erupt after you've landed a hit or something, it's hard not to get sucked into that. And you gotta just play your game. You got to stick to the plan, stick to the game plan, and just fight. I think it's something you start learning how to deal with and how to handle as you take on fights and as you get more experience. And I look forward to it.